Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go log out of something so that it actually works for me when I log into it here. Okay. So today we're going to cover KWB Orientation, which really is just kind of an overview of kwbresources.com. That's going to be our Market Center specific webpage, and it's going to kind of be your hub for all things KW Ballantyne resources. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. I think we've got a couple online, which is awesome. Can you guys hear me okay? Anybody?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Oh, I muted you. I'm so sorry. Hold on. That was my bad. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Alrighty. So we are going to go ahead and just walk through this website. Again, that is kwbresources.com. And the first thing that I'm going to show you guys on this webpage is if you were to go under this new agent tab. Under the new agent tab, this is where I like to detour you guys initially because it's going to have a lot of information obviously relevant to you guys as you're first getting started here. On the left-hand side, if you were to select the Learn More option under this Getting Started tab, it's going to show you a brief checklist in a PDF format, and it's really just going to go over what's going to be asked of you during your onboarding process, which I know all of us are through onboarding now, so yay, congratulations. I'm sure that was one less thing on your plate now, right? So as we kind of go through, again, it'll just kind of highlight some of the information that you will be asked for. It also talks about who's going to be reaching out to you about what and when they'll be doing that. So you can kind of have a little bit of an idea ahead of time, because I know that a lot of times there's some ambiguity as you're getting started, and there's just a lot that comes your way when you first get started as well. But I do like to show you guys the things you can do immediately at the bottom here. The first being obviously to get comfortable with KWB resources, which we will do together here now. Also to look at the office calendar on the website as well. It's just going to show you everything that we've got going on in the Market Center. So you have an idea of what trainings are happening, what events are happening. If there's any that you'd like to attend, you can easily sign up for them. We're also going to show you some Facebook pages that I recommend you join if you've not already done so. And then also the last thing here is registering your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. So if you guys are going to be here on a regular basis, I always encourage you guys to go ahead and register your vehicles. It's as simple as just clicking on the link here at the bottom of the PDF, and it will take you to the Preferred Parking website. And when you get to the Preferred Parking website, it's as simple as just plugging in your information. It will ask you to create a quick little login. But it will ask you to specify the building. You'll say building 2 and the employer, which is Keller Williams. As you scroll a little bit further, this will allow you to register up to 3 separate vehicles under the same tag information. So go ahead, if you've got spouses whose car you might take, a roommate whose car you might take, you're welcome to put that information here as well. On the off chance that you're ever driving that vehicle, it just makes it a little bit easier for you guys. And then at the very end, you will click to continue with registration. It's a super simple process, and it's free to you guys to do. And once this pass is delivered, it will be actually hand brought over to our to Miss Sue at the front desk, and we will set that in your mail folder for you. And the reason I kind of give you all that information there is because your mail folders is something that you guys don't always know you have. So as part of your onboarding process, you guys are assigned a mail folder. It is in a little purple room just to the right of Miss Sue. If you guys are ever looking for it, you're welcome to ask her. But it is a series of filing cabinets in there that are organized by your last name. You can go ahead and pull open the drawer. Any mail that is ever directed to the office on your behalf will sit in that folder. And we also, any packages that arrive on your behalf as well, we will sit in that room for you. Sue is actually really diligent and usually we'll send you guys an email to let you know that a package has been brought in for you. So it's really easy to get access to all your mail, even when we're not here, including your parking pass. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close out of that portion there. If we were still on this new agent tab on the right-hand side here under basic training, if you guys were to select Learn More, this will take you directly to Scott Leroy Marketing's website. Scott Leroy Marketing is the ones who worked with you guys to set up all of your Keller Cloud information. So your email, your website, your login information. They are highly intelligent individuals who are really, really great with KW technology. So if you guys have any questions and you were looking for especially immediate assistance, I always direct you guys to support at scottleroymarketing.com. They're able to help in a lot of times right away, usually 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say you can hear back from them. And they also will go in on the back end half the time and just do it for you so that you don't have to stress about it. So they're phenomenal. They do offer a lot of different services as well, including if you were to navigate on their website, there's a free QR code generator. there. You can also reach out to them about importing your contacts into Command for you. So they do a lot of great activities for you to just help you out as an agent. But there are a couple things on this website that I do like to share with you. The first being under agent resources. If you were to go under training and then training calendar, if you guys are realizing, hey, Tech Tuesdays that we offer in the Market Center just don't work the best with my schedule. Tuesdays are just not a good day because I'm usually working another job. In the event that that is the case for you, I do recommend that you guys check out Scott Leroy's training calendar as well. They do offer Monday through Friday a virtual training from 1 to 2 o'clock. So if you guys are ever realizing Tuesdays just not a good day, I'm actually more free on Thursdays. This is where you guys can kind of check out what they've got going on maybe on Thursdays and still get that information in live training. So you can still ask questions in the moment, but also they just have a lot of other stuff that they will discuss in addition to what Jules and Leah will cover. So if you guys are realizing, okay, well, this Tech Tuesday is actually focusing on Facebook ads and I really want to learn DocuSign. That's what I think is most relevant to me right now. You'll be able to look at their training calendar and see what's going on. And you can kind of navigate through that. It's as simple as just clicking on right here and then the event that you're interested in. And there's a Zoom link right there as well. So super, super simple. And the only other thing that I really like to touch on, although there's plenty more that we could dive into on just this website alone, is the the store tab here. If you just selected the store option, it will take you directly to agentstore.com. So the reason I like to show you guys this is one of the most popular questions I think I get as you onboard here is, do I get business cards as a part of onboarding? The unfortunate answer is no, you do not get business cards from us as a part of onboarding. However, we do have some partnerships that allow you guys to get those with ease. So if you guys were interested in ordering any business cards, I do recommend that you go to agentstore.com, at least as a stopping point, because they offer some really competitive price points. They also offer some pre-done templates. So it's as easy as just kind of pushing your information into a couple fields and then they'll populate a design for you. There's still some customizable options where you can like scallop corners or do the finish as a matte finish versus glossy. So they do make it a little bit more customizable as well. And they similarly offer name tags here too. So please do check out this website because there's a lot of opportunity there. I know I got my business cards from the same website and I was able to get 500 of them for just $39. So they do offer a really great price point on this website. But you also are always more than welcome to go the Vistaprint route if you would like something very unique to you or do something in Canva if that really speaks to you and your creativity. The only thing that I always recommend you doing, especially if you guys are provisional brokers, is make sure that you are sharing your design with Tasha or Sabra to make sure that you've got everything on there that is legally required, because I don't want anyone to print and then find out afterwards that there's something missing that needed to be there. So I want everyone to be able to pay one time. So if you guys would do that, it's as simple as just kind of screenshot that design that you've worked up and you can send it to them via email and I'll share their contact information with you as we keep going through orientation. But again, that's all just through Scott Leroy Marketing. And again, there's so much more on there. So please do take time to check out their webpage as well. In reference to those Facebook pages that I was referring to earlier, I would say that these top two here are going to be the most important that I recommend you join. The top one here is an internal Facebook page just for the KW Ballantyne agents and leadership team. So it's just us on this page. So up to actually still 500 people on one page. But this is an opportunity for you guys to kind of connect with everybody because as you can tell, there's not 500 people in one room right now. So this is a great way for you guys to connect with agents outside, who are not always in the office, outside of the office for the day. And it's as simple as just kind of put out questions that you've got. You can put out, ask people to help out. Hey, does anyone have a firm exclusive for 2 bedrooms under this price point in Rock Hill? People are willing to answer those questions. Anybody on the Facebook page, we're all here to help. And if anybody else can kind of mutually benefit from that, we're always excited to do that. I also am on the Facebook page quite often, and you'll see me posting on there regularly about the upcoming trainings and events that we've got going on, just as another way to help get you guys plugged in and just see what we've got coming up in the Market Center. So you don't necessarily have to go straight to the calendar for all that information. The other one here is the Strategic Alliance Partner Facebook page, and that is built up for our vendor partners. So you guys as agents are also welcome to join this page, but this is all of our vendor partners here at KWB. The wonderful thing about these partners is that they're all vetted by other KW Ballantyne agents. So you know that you're getting a great person, a great service, great product. So I always recommend that you guys join that page just because it helps you to get plugged in and connected with those vendors. I know that there's supposed to be kind of a rule of 3, if you will. so that you're supposed to get multiple quotes and opportunities for your clients to decide on who they'd like to work with. So that's a great way for you guys to pull 3 information of different vendors all at one time. So easy to add to both of these Facebook pages. Because they're private, you will have to request to join. But once you do that, I'm an admin on both pages, so I can go in there and I can approve of you real quick. So these are 2 that I highly recommend checking out. A little bit further down here, we do have Kellerisms. I'm not going to click on that, but it is a PDF breakdown of all the language you'll hear here at Keller Williams. So if you're noticing, I'm not quite sure what a capper is, or I'm not quite sure what a team leader does, in any event that you guys are feeling like some of that language is a little confusing, because we do kind of have our own here. This is a kind of cheat sheet, if you will. It will break it down into real world terms, so you guys are able to kind of digest that information and maybe save you guys the like shyness of having to ask somebody, although I am absolutely here for all the questions. So feel free to ask me any of that information. And just a little bit further down, if you guys are as you're getting comfortable using your Command is our CRM here at KW. It was built for KW and by KW. So it means we're constantly trying to update and improve what we've got. And they actually have just launched a lot of new amazing updates to Command. But as you guys are getting comfortable trying to use it for the first time, especially if you're a transfer agent, maybe you used a different CRM before, maybe you're just a first-time agent in general, answers.kw.com is an entire web page built up of frequently asked questions about Command. So if you're somebody who learns really well from reading the responses and the answers on how to do something, that's a great opportunity for you guys to get that information on demand. So if you are writing that offer at 10 p.m. and you know that nobody's going to get back to that email about how to operate this one portion, you guys can always reference answers.kw.com, because a lot of times that information will be there. There's also a sister webpage to this called ideas.kw.com. So as you guys are working through Command, if you realize, hey, I think actually it would be a little more convenient if this could be organized a different way, or maybe if it was Z to A instead of A to Z, or maybe put this button over here, any suggestions you guys have about how to make Command more user-friendly or efficient, they're always looking to hear that information from you, especially, again, transfer agents, brand new agents. They want to make sure this is as user-friendly as possible. So in the event that you guys have any suggestions, you guys can share them on ideas.kw.com. All right, a little bit further down here, there is access to the training calendar if you were to select this button here. But I will say that there are several different ways on this web page that you can pull to the same information. So I'm going to show you guys kind of the most convenient ways as we work through everything. So I'm not going to take you there just because it's a little bit easier to go about it a different way. So we'll scroll down a little bit further, and now we're back to our home page. Again, that whole time we were just underneath that new agent tab here. But if we were to scroll a little bit further, you will see all of the wonderful individuals on our leadership team, as well as the roles that they serve and also their contact information. So if you're wondering who's responsible for technology here, who can I get in touch to about Command, you've got our tech coordinators right there, as well as their email addresses. If you're wondering about the coaching program, you can get connected with Michelle very easily. Invite and et cetera, et cetera. As you scroll down a little bit further, we also have a can't miss video of the week. Jules and Leah actually have kept this one published for a little bit of time because they know that it's very helpful for new agents. This is an entire overview, 25 minutes long, but it explains Command and DocuSign and how the two communicate together. So it's a really baseline one that is very helpful to every new agent, I think. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, learn really well from tutorial styles, that's a great opportunity for you guys to get a lot of that information up front. Scroll a little bit further. So this is our training calendar. If you were to keep scrolling down the home page, I will say that the easiest way to do it is probably to select this office calendar option up top. It will actually just drag you right to this portion of the website. But as you guys are checking out the office calendar, you'll notice that some of this looks like it's getting chopped off here, but it's as simple as just clicking on a specific event so that you can see a quick description. So we've got a lot of great things coming up for the rest of the month, but we've also got a lot of exciting stuff coming up in June, some of which will be announced to Facebook later this afternoon. So please join the Facebook page to stay aware. But if you guys you can even scroll to June now if you're interested. We do have a couple events that we can point out right away. So coaching program, I know they're doing a lead generation day on the 7th, but you'll be able to check on any of these events. You'll see a full breakdown of the event as well as any registration links that are necessary for you to use. And usually there is also an attached flyer for this. So there's a ton of great information about what's going on in the Market Center on this web page and on this calendar. I also work very closely with the calendar myself. So if you guys are ever having any questions about what you're seeing on the calendar, wondering if it's going to be beneficial to you, or maybe if you guys are just wondering, hey, is this available through Zoom as well? You can absolutely reach out to me. I will say that as a general rule of thumb, if it's available through Zoom, a Zoom link will be listed as well. But obviously, if you guys have any additional questions, you can always reach out to me because I'm happy to help guide you in terms of what trainings can be really helpful. We do have a lot of really fun stuff coming up. So please check out the calendar because I don't want you to miss any of the great events we've got coming. In addition to that, we also have a little blurb here about what our recurring meetings here are in Ballantyne. This is not everything, but this is a good portion that we like to highlight. The first being ALC committee meeting or ALC meetings, and those are the third Tuesday of every month at 11. We also are highlighting our team meetings, which are the second and fourth Tuesday of every month at 11. And those are really fun. They're kind of like our Tuesday parties. They help to break up the week, give you some good energy. They also do give a lot of instruction. We like to celebrate our agents during that time and just really encourage other agents. We like to support our other agents in the office by way of bucket fills, welcome new agents. It's a really great time. You get to see a full room in here as well. So you get to get connected with a lot of the different agents in this office. In addition to that, at every team meeting, we also have a vendor fair. So right outside these doors at the high top tables, we invite a lot of our vendors to come in and they'll be there setting up a table and they'll kind of just be able to share more about what they do with you. So if you guys are looking to get connected and mingle with our vendors, that's a really great opportunity to meet them. And we do have different vendors just about every other meeting. So you guys have a lot of opportunity to meet these people. And the next one here, as I kind of mentioned, we do have Tech Tuesdays that run from 1 to 2:30 every Tuesday here in the office. These are also available through Zoom as well. So if you guys are looking for some in-house tech training and want to understand it and a chance as like a live setting where you can actually ask questions throughout it, that's a great way to do it. Jules and Leah are our in-house tech coordinators. They are wonderful sisters, very helpful, and looking forward to helping you guys through understanding your technology. But both of them also did work for Scott Leroy Marketing. So they have a very strong background with the KW technology. So you know that they've got a lot of great answers for you. A little bit further down here, we do have Miss Sabra and Miss Tasha. Miss Sabra is our wonderful broker in charge. Tasha Viney is our big associate here at KWB. And these lovely ladies are here to help you guys in the event that you have questions about, especially the legal elements of your transactions. Be sure that you're asking these individuals. But both of them are highly responsive and here to help you. Very kind and wonderful individuals, very knowledgeable. So if you guys are ever looking to get connected with them, this is a great way to do it. I do have Sabra's personal email is posted right here at the top. So if you guys, I always say that if you guys are looking to just ask an administrative question, AKA a non-urgent question, I always actually recommend you reach out to the kwballantynebic@gmail.com. The reason I suggest this is because both Tasha and Sabra monitor this email address. So there's just more eyes on that email every time throughout the day. We also have Sabra's email posted there as well. We try to help do the administrative portion because Sabra does oversee 500 different agents in this office. So we try to really rope in Sabra when it becomes a hair on fire moment. So in the event that that happens, you can absolutely reach out to her directly. But in the event of a non-urgent question, maybe getting that business card approval, this is going to be the best email address to reach them at. Sabra, unfortunately, is also not in the office very often, but we get really excited when she is. However, Miss Tasha Viney does have posted office hours, and you can see them right here. Both of their offices are located just outside this door. There's two offices right here behind the high top tables. So anytime that Tasha's in, her door is always open, so you guys can stop in and ask any questions that you've got. And then if you guys are looking to renew your North or South Carolina license, I know we are coming up on June 30th. So if you guys do have any questions about that or need any information in regards to how to go about that process, Sabra's asked that we publish a couple really helpful instructive guides here. So feel free to kind of click through those because those PDFs will help give you a lot of information on how you can check if you got your CE done, or maybe just making sure I'm doing the right thing for renewing because it's just my first time renewing my license. All of that information is shared there. All righty. And I should have mentioned earlier, you guys are welcome to ask questions as we go through. There will be an opportunity at the end, but I know myself, I forget my questions by the end. So if they come to you, feel free to ask them. But as we get a little bit further down, our Agent Leadership Council, our wonderful ALC, these individuals are some of the top 20% agents in our office, and they all have volunteered a little bit extra of their time in addition to their successful businesses to represent different committees here at KW Ballantyne. So these committees here are dedicated to making Ballantyne the best place that it can be, the best environment for all of us to succeed in. So they're constantly looking for different ways that they can kind of implement different fun, exciting activities, or maybe just kind of hear back from you guys guys because they want to make sure that we're covering everything and that we're making Valentine a really special place to be. Right now, we actually have 3 different committees. We've got one that's career development, and they look a lot at the trainings that we bring into the Market Center. They're actually looking for guest speakers, and they reach out to different individuals to get them here in the Market Center. And that's based around what you guys say that you're interested in hearing about. So if you're really gung-ho on learning how you can organize your finances, they'll talk to them about that because they're happy to help institute a financial class. We also have our growth committee. Those individuals are responsible for kind of helping with profit share. So if you guys are looking to build that passive income, kind of mailbox money, if you will, they are amazing individuals. They've got a lot of suggestions as to ways you guys can be sharing the Valentine experience and bringing individuals into Valentine to build your profit share. And then we also have our KW Cares and Social Committee, and those individuals are responsible for working really closely with the Market Center to plan some really exciting events outside of the Market Center, inside the Market Center, and really just kind of make Valentine a wonderful community that it is. So all of these individuals have their contact information posted. They do meet monthly on the first Tuesday of every month. So if you guys ever wanted to meet with them and hear what the committee discusses, kind of be a part of that conversation or provide suggestions, feedback, that's a great way for you guys to get connected with them. If you're interested in joining the committee, you can do it that way as well. But their information is also posted here, so you can reach out at any time. And a little bit further down here, you'll know that we also have our 3 pillars of mentorship. So at KWB, we don't necessarily have a specific mentor for you when you join, but we do kind of give you 3 separate pillars that we encourage you to engage with, ask questions, because they're all wonderful individuals here to help you succeed. So the first of that is going to be your productivity coach. If you've not been assigned one just yet, please let me know. However, I will say that I know you guys get a ton of emails when you first start. So Lynn tries to give you a couple extra days before she sends that to you because she doesn't want to overwhelm you. Also, we do wait for your KW email address to come back to us before that's assigned to you. And that's predominantly because we want to make sure that that information doesn't get lost in all of your personal emails. We want that to stay front and center for you so it's easy to access. But your productivity coach is a wonderful person. They are here to help you guys to strategize and goal set. So if you say that you want to sell 30 houses this year, they're going to ask how you want to do it. They're going to work with you on how we can make that happen. They'll share scripts with you and things like that to really make sure that you have all the information you need to succeed when you guys get that first client and are working through that first transaction. We also have T group partners as well here as part of KWB. And your T group partner, again, a very seasoned agent with a successful business on their back. These individuals are really, really comfortable and confident when it comes to using the forms in any given transaction. So these individuals will meet weekly. In addition to your coaches, they also will meet weekly. But these individuals meet every week and they will go through all of the forms and contracts that you'll be using for any particular transaction. And they just chunk it down with you so you understand what the form is actually stating. You understand how to properly fill it out. And then also you guys have them kind of as your first resource if you've got a question about a contractor form. I usually recommend go talk to your T group partner first, because if they don't know the answer, they'll let you know and then they'll encourage that you talk to Sabra. But this individual only has maybe 25 to 30 people that they oversee. So it might be faster for you to hear back from your T group partner than maybe Sabra immediately. So I would definitely recommend please do attend these meetings as often as possible. I am the one who assigns you to your T group partner. So if at any point you guys are realizing that, hey, it looks like you actually signed me up for a Wednesday meeting with Connie and it's just not really working for my schedule anymore. I think I'd be better for a Thursday. Let me know that information because this is something I want you guys to be able to take the utmost advantage of because it's very, very helpful to you. And I would hate to see that just a scheduling conflict meant that you could never go to it. So let me know, obviously, if there's any conflicts for you, because I'm happy to get you assigned to a partner that'll work really well for your schedule. But again, all of these individuals are incredibly nice and helpful. So if you see one in the hall, maybe it's not necessarily your partner, but you do have a quick question, you can absolutely ask them the question because they're happy to help. And the third and final pillar of mentorship here is our first step partners. So our first step partners are not necessarily meeting weekly, but they will be checking in on you guys in those first 90 days of you being an agent here. They're going to be calling you. I know Miss Carrie is very diligent. She calls, I think it's every Monday. And she calls you guys just to make sure anybody in her group is doing well. If you've got any questions, I kind of consider them to be like Valentine experts. So while they do know contracts and forms, I usually recommend keep those to your T group partner in terms of questions, but they're here to help you like, oh, did you forget the link to register your car? Do you need help finding the mailroom? Do you need help finding the fitness center? They're here to help with that. But they also will be sending you what's called a 30, 60, 90 checklist. And that's really going to kind of give you an overview of just things that you can do in those first 3 months of being here that'll help to kind of propel your business forward. So while no one is grading that 30, 60, 90, so you don't have to necessarily check every single box, it's very helpful, I think, in terms of giving you like a structure of what you can work on in those first 3 months. Because I know, welcome to independent contracting, guys. It can be a little overwhelming and maybe you're not sure what to do next. So that's a really good guide. If you feel like you're overwhelmed, lost, wondering what you can work on, that's a really great opportunity for you guys to have some insight there. And you're welcome to talk to your first step partner about any of those things that you're seeing on that form. Alrighty. And also just to say, anybody who has not heard from their partners yet, but you know that you've got their contact information, you are welcome to reach out to them first and just say, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm new to your group and I would love to schedule a time to meet, or maybe we can call, something like that. So you guys can really get engaged with them right away. I don't want anyone feeling like if I haven't heard from my partner, that just means that it's not going to work out, because you guys are welcome to be the first person to reach out. Again, they all have businesses that they're running as well. So if they've not reached out to you in the first couple of days, I promise it's coming. It just might not be just right away. But a little bit further down, again, we're still on that homepage. There is access to frequently used resources and websites. There again is an easier way to pull this information. So I'm going to take us back to the top here. I will show you briefly this FAQ tab. If you guys are wondering who on leadership to contact about a particular question, this just kind of gives you an overview of what each of us does. So if you have a question about referral commissions or commission requests, you can reach out to Lynn Davis and her contact information is posted. All you have to do is hover over these individual tiles to see who you can reach out to about them. We also have DocuSign, we have contracts, things like that. So you can just hover over each tile and it just gives you a guide of like who you can reach out to. Obviously, if you guys are ever feeling like you have no idea who to ask a question to, always come to me, because I'm happy to field that question and either get the answer for you or I will direct you to who has the answer. Alrighty. Under the on-demand training tab, this is a password protected tab. So I will say that the Wi-Fi password here, if you were to take away the exclamation point and just leave it as BAMC350, that is the password for this tab and the tab behind it. So I will show you that in a moment. But if you were to enter the capital B, because you guys are online, capital B, lowercase AMC 350, that is the password to get into the on-demand training tab. And I can actually, I'll put it in the chat real quick, just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. And then, so once you guys are in this tab on the left-hand side here, if you were to select on demand, this is going to take you to the KW Valentine YouTube channel. If you guys are ever missing one of those recurring meetings, oh shoot, I couldn't make it to that last Tech Tuesday, or maybe I couldn't make it to the last team meeting, but I'd love to know what you guys talked about. This is where you guys can find a hub of recordings of those recurring trainings. Again, I will say that these are only going to be things that were offered through Zoom, because that is how we're pulling that recording. But we do keep those uploaded fairly often. And again, it is really the recurring trainings. It's not going to be those special like agent spotlights. However, you're welcome to reach out to me in the event that you absolutely couldn't make one. The reason that we do it this way is just because we would love for you guys to attend those trainings live, either Zoom or in person, because it's an opportunity to really engage and ask your questions up front. But obviously we do have access to recordings in the event that you need them. But the other thing I was going to mention about this in particular is that I do a lot of the uploading onto YouTube. So sometimes it takes a little bit, obviously, for the Zoom recording to come down from the cloud for me. But if you guys are ever noticing that a specific video, like, hey, I know last Tech Tuesday they talked about Facebook ads and I'm just not seeing that, you can absolutely reach out to me, because I will say that the great thing about AI is that like a lot of things are possible now. The crappy thing about AI is that sometimes it will think that something is violating a policy and it'll kick it back at me and not let me upload it. So I've had some difficulty sometimes with the Tech Tuesday one, because they'll use pretend contact info and then YouTube says that that's a violation of privacy. So in the event that you're seeing that one particular Tech Tuesday or another recording is not posted here, you can absolutely reach out to me, because I can still pull that and individually send it to you, because I want you guys to have access to it, but it just might not live here like I'd like it to. But this is also a really great thing if you guys are dual career. It's an opportunity to get that information that you might not be able to see because you are working your other job during that hour that that class is structured or that meeting needs. So highly recommend that you guys stop here to keep up with information here at Valentine, but also on the right-hand side under Command on Demand. And I'm just going to mute real quick because there's a video that will play really, really loud in just a second. Okay. So this is also going to be another, it's still playing, but I don't know how. Okay, maybe that was somebody else's, sorry. When you guys go to the Scott Leroy Marketing YouTube channel, this is going to be an entire channel built up of tech videos. So again, if we're feeling like, hey, I need some help understanding technology, and you know that tutorials work really well for you, they'll be sharing their screen, showing you how you can individually do these things. And Scott Leroy is also updating as they go through the updates and sharing that information with you too. Some of these videos are just tech tips, so they're a couple minutes long and you can get that information very easily. They also post full classes. So if you guys are really trying to figure out how DocuSign and Command communicate, that's a great way for you guys to figure that information out and by going through the entire training. But they do not only just focus on the individual things like that, but they also do specialties like Facebook ads, structuring your social media, how to market successfully, and things like that. So another great tool for you guys, especially again, dual career, this is a great way for you guys to get a lot of that information at a time that works best for your schedule. So I highly recommend checking out their YouTube channel because it's stocked full of great information about how you can use your technology to the highest and most efficient level. Down below is just a little bit of information about Ignite, but I know a lot of us already have that. And if not, you can reach out to me and I'll share it. But under the Office Resources tab, again, this will be a password protected tab. It's going to be the same password that I've already shared. But under the Office Resources tab, this is where you guys can find the advertising guidelines. So if you're wondering how I can make my flyer legally printable based off of what it needs to be on there, or wondering what should be on my business card up front, anything like that, you can absolutely reference the advertising guidelines right there. And again, it will require a password, but I do hover over this to show it this way because when you actually click into the tab, unfortunately, it doesn't show. So I will have to kind of fiddle with the website because it can be a little finicky. But under the do not call list right here, I'm sure many of you have already heard of what the do not call list is. I'll be honest, I'm not an agent, so I can't speak to like all the things, but the do not call list I know is very important that you guys are aware of because there are certain people who've registered kind of to be on the do not call list, and it can become a finable issue if you guys were to contact any of them. So if you're looking to find out who's on that list, who can I not call, that's where you guys will find information on how to get plugged into that. So again, you'll click on that here. But if we were just to go into the tab, again, BAMC 350, the B being capitalized. When you guys go into the Office Resources tab, you guys are looking for KW Ballantyne specific forms like our disclosures about partnerships, or if you're looking for a W-9, anything like that, you can go on this left-hand side here because I think everyone in the room is North Carolina licensed. Yes. Yep. Okay. So on the right hand or the left hand side here under general forms, if you guys go into this, it is a Google Drive built up of all the different forms that Sabra felt she was getting asked for very frequently and thought it could be a little bit more convenient to you guys if they were just posted and lived in one spot. So if you guys are looking for W-9, working with real estate agent, anything like that, again, more specific to our firm, this is where you guys can find that information. If you guys are looking for those state contracts and things like that, you'll be finding those through your DocuSign accounts, or you guys will be finding those through zip forms with Canopy. If you guys are struggling to find those forms within your DocuSign, I would reach out to Jules and Leah, Lynn Davis even as well. They know how you guys have to input your NERDS number. I'll be honest, I just don't know the steps to it, or I'd tell you right now, but you guys will have to connect your NERDS number to that and they'll be able to help give you a little guidance on how to do that. But this is where you guys can find a lot of these wonderful forms, referral forms. This one's also fun. It's a buyer walk-in to walk through. So I like to show it to you guys as new agents. It does step by step. What are we doing from the walk-in to the walk-through, what needs to happen and how you should be going about it. So just some fun things on here that also are helpful to you as new agents. Yes, so you can just download them. Sorry, it keeps defaulting to the list view, but you can download these individual documents. I know some say sample, and again, I am not an agent, so I don't know if you're allowed to use the sample ones, but you can absolutely download these and print off any of them, especially like the referral forms, things like that. Absolutely. I would check with your T group partner to see if the sample matters, because I honestly don't know. Thank you. Because I was going to say, I was like, cool. Thank you. Because I was like, I have no idea. So yes, you're welcome to download these forms, print them off, get them signed, or you can send them through DocuSign as well. But I'll close out of that real quick. If you guys are licensed in South Carolina or go on to become licensed in South Carolina, the exact same forms live on this side for South Carolina. So you would just get South Carolina forms. In the middle here is a get checklist option. So Sabre also built up several checklists that just kind of walk you through what you guys will need to do for any given transaction, regardless of the state or the side you're representing. So if you guys are wondering what happens in a North Carolina new construction sale or South Carolina new construction sale, there's a step-by-step of what needs to happen, as well as dates, timetables, things like that. There's also contract to close for North Carolina, and it's a 3-pager, but it'll tell you literally everything that needs to happen. So I always joke with you guys, absolutely print these off and use them as much as you need to, especially before those transactions feel like they're muscle memory. If you guys are trying to make sure you're covering all your bases, this is a great way to do that. I always say you can print them off and bring them with you. Maybe don't show the client them, but you can absolutely print them off and keep them with you because it just helps you guys to make sure you're feeling as comfortable and confident as possible as you go through those transactions. So lots of great information here. Close right there. Also scrolling a little bit further, again, all under the office resources. We do partner very closely with the CE shop. So if you guys were ever to go to the ceshop.com, we do have a dual branded webpage with them. And as part of this partnership, we have access to a lot of great continual discounts as well. So if you scroll a little bit further, you'll be able to see right away if they're running any promotions, which they always are, varying between, I think I've seen 25 to 40% off. So you guys are welcome to go through this and kind of look over some of those packages. If you've got to get continuing education done, if you've got to get post licensing, things like that, I would highly recommend checking out their deals because there is always an opportunity to save some money through them. Additionally, I also like to share that there's 2 other things on this webpage that I like to highlight. One is that if you guys are thinking, yes, I do want to go get my South Carolina license, or maybe I want to go get my Virginia license, anything like that, but you're wondering if self-paced learning would be something that would work well for you and your learning style because you did maybe in person at Superior before and you're just not sure. They do offer a free trial through the CE shop. So you guys can do self-paced learning for whatever state for 1 whole week and then decide from there if you think that that's something that will work well for you. If at the end of it, you're like, nope, that was a miserable failure. That's not for me. You guys can walk away from it without having to pay anything towards it. But if you loved it and you think it's going to be a really great way for you guys to get that license, you can go ahead and subscribe and then pay the fee to get everything else for the rest of the learning, the course itself. So I highly recommend checking that out if you've ever dabbled with the idea of whether or not you'd be a good fit for self-paced learning. But the other thing I like to share here is Agent Essentials. And the reason I do this is because under Agent Essentials and the Hot Topics, under Hot Topics, if you guys are planning to have a heavy social media presence as part of your marketing for your business, this is a really great way for you guys to just kind of keep your feed diversified. So if you want to try to include some informational article, if you want to show a video, a blog, I am struggling, a blog, ebooks, anything like that, or maybe just something funny because they do have some kind of more comedic elements in this as well. It's just a really easy way for you guys to find additional content to share and you don't have to think twice about it. You can just copy and paste it. Also, you guys can absolutely kind of dive into this yourselves, learn whatever you'd like from it, but they do have some cute, funny ones. They had one for Halloween that was like how to sell a haunted house. So like they try to make it fun for you. There's also a lot of updates on the market and what's going on with it. So you guys are able to kind of pull that and just directly share it. Makes it one step easier, a little bit less thinking and planning on your end. But that's under Agent Essentials and the Hot Topics. All right. Again, similar to Scott Leroy Marketing, this webpage is not exclusive to the things I just showed you. There's so much more you're welcome to look at, but that's just the couple things I like to highlight while we've got you for the hour. A little bit further down, I know that KW Ballantyne's floor plan is very confusing. It's not always easy to find the bathrooms or to find your way back to the elevators. So if you guys are ever looking to kind of have a lay of the land, that's our floor plan right there. You can click on it, print it out anytime that you need it. But yes, it's a figure 8 and it's like bent in the middle. So it's really confusing. So feel free to reference the floor plan if you think that would help you guys as you're getting comfortable in the office. But a little bit further down here, we do have our numbers to know. So if you guys are going on to get that South Carolina license, part of the application will ask you for our South Carolina firm license number. That's going to be posted right here for you. So we've got the same information for North Carolina. We've got our Canopy firm MLS ID as well. We also have BIC information. So if you guys are ever looking for any of that, this is where you can find a ton of it. Looking for our market center number, that is posted here. Wi-Fi information. So lots of great stuff kind of covered in one little section here. Obviously, if you're realizing that something specific is not posted here that you're looking for, just reach out to me. I probably won't know it, but I can find who does. But yes, this is where you guys can find a lot of the numbers that you guys will be referencing. Yes.
So I was looking for access to the printer
Mhm.
the other day. Is that on there?
No, that's actually something you'll just come to me for, and I will be able to help you with it. I will say that Macs have been a little finicky recently. So if I don't have success with it, I might try to connect you with one other person, but I will definitely be able to help you with that. You're welcome. Alrighty. So then, like I said earlier, if you click on the office calendar tab, it'll just drag you straight to the office calendar here, saves you some scrolling. Under the tech resources, we do have a couple that I like to talk about, although there's plenty of information here as well. Marty Miller for Teams, if you guys are feeling like the technology maybe is a little bit more overwhelming and you like to just chunk it down into like smaller doses, digest it at a better rate. Marty Miller for Teams is a 66-day YouTube challenge, and it breaks down building up your marketing profile over 66 days. So if you guys want to try and do it slowly and just do it piece by piece, that's a really great opportunity for you to do it in a tutorial style. If you guys are feeling ambitious, like I can just dive right in and knock it out, go for it. But Marty Miller for Teams is there for you if you like it. There's another access there to answers.kwb.com as well. Access to the pivot shift ahead call. So obviously this is a kind of crazy market right now. It is shifting to and from. So the pivot shift ahead call is led by a gentleman named James Shaw. He is absolutely phenomenal and he has navigated shifting markets before. So what he does is I think it's 8 a.m. that they meet every morning just to talk for like 15 minutes about like, what are you doing? What could we be doing? And just sharing ideas of how we can all be navigating the shift together and be successful through it. So if you guys are interested, you like that kind of starting off your morning the right way, giving a little bit motivation, things like that, or just having a better like mindset about how to tackle a problem, highly recommend joining the pivot shift ahead call. I think he just does it live through Facebook, and that's an access point to his Facebook page to join. Also access to Scott Leroy Marketing again. But yes, lots of information here as well. Under the helpful links, there's a couple things I'll share. If you guys ever miss an ALC meeting and you're wondering what conversations the committees had and what decisions they decided to implement for Valentine, you can find that information posted in the Google Drive folder for ALC meeting minutes. We also have access to a prayer request form, but this is more really just a point for me to say that obviously we do take the fact that you guys are now part of the KWB family very seriously. So if there's ever anything happening in your lives that you would like to share with us, please keep us updated because we're here to help you guys, whether that's just supporting you and, praying for you, or if that's actually trying to dip into KW Cares funds to try to help assist you through something very severe. Please keep us updated on just what's going on because we do care and we want to make sure that we're helping you in every way possible. So keep us in the loop. Obviously, you can keep it just private between us and you and leadership. Or if you guys are saying, actually, I'd love more prayer power, you guys could just share this with the Market Center. We will gladly do that on your behalf. So just let us know what's going on because we care and we want to make sure everything's okay for you. The next thing, kind of, I guess, adjacent to prayer request form is KW Perks. If you guys are ever thinking about insurance plans now that you guys are independent contractors, KW Perks has partnered kind of with a marketplace in the sense that now you guys can shop around for different rates. And I believe I will never get the percentage right, but agents are saving on average upwards of, I think, 20% on their insurance plans. So please check out KW Perks if you're not already insured and you're trying to figure that out. That's a really great stopping point for you. The next two things here are the discount codes that we've got. So if you click that CE shop discount code, it will take you back to our dual branded web page with the CE shop. If you guys click on the Superior School of Real Estate discount code, it will take you to the Superior dual branded website that we have. And I will say we also have discounts through Superior. That one, instead of being a fluctuating rate, is a long-standing 30% off. And that applies to pre-post licensing. Not only are you guys able to use these for yourselves, but you can share that with somebody else because that's a great way for you guys to also say, hey, KWB is great. We've got these awesome partnerships. It can be a tool for you guys to use when building your downline, but also it can just be a really sweet gesture to say, hey, I actually have just a discount code that I'd be happy for you guys to use. And that's how you guys can access that information. The next thing here is scheduling a conference room. If you guys are looking to schedule any of our conference rooms here at KWB, we do have several, I want to say 6 of them, and they vary in capacity between 4 people to 10 people. So if you guys are looking to to borrow one of those rooms, use it to meet with a client, to meet with a coach, anything like that, you guys will click on that link there and it will take you to skeda.com. You'll create a quick login using your KW information. If you guys have any trouble with this, just reach out to me because I can go in on the back end and assist you, but it will open up to a spreadsheet that it shows you each conference room, the capacity that they hold, and all the time slots throughout the day. And all you have to do is just drag and drop and book the room. I will say that we try to keep these to just 2 hours in one room a day, just because we are trying to keep them obviously on rotation for all the agents in the office to use. So anytime that you guys are saying, hey, I've got a buyer and I really want to meet with them, I would love to use a room, that is absolutely an available resource for you guys as agents. The next thing here is the strategic vendor partners. So, oh crap, I forgot to join that Facebook page that you mentioned, Liz. That's okay. So if you guys click on the strategic vendor partner link here, it will take you to a Google sheet that breaks down all of the vendor partners that we've got as a part of our program. It organizes them by the industry or the field that they're in. It discloses their business name or their company name, as well as our specific contact there, their information, what services they do, any website information that they've got. It's all posted here. So you guys are able to, again, get really easily connected with our vendor partners. And some of these, you'll notice that we've got just maybe one landscaper currently as part of the program. So if you guys happen to know a landscaper that you've used before and you loved, I was going to say, you're welcome to reach out to us and just let us know. So PJ Kennedy is actually the one who runs the vendor program here, or runs the vendor program. He's like the relationship manager of the vendor program. So it's as simple as just reaching out to PJ. I honestly, at this point in time, because he's been doing half days, I'd recommend CCing Teresa on it for the interim, but just say, hey, this is a landscaper I loved using. I think they'd really benefit from the opportunities here at KWB. I'd love for you guys to meet with them. They'll absolutely schedule a time to connect with them, share what the opportunities here are. And then if they're really, if they're ready to commit and join KWB's vendor program, we can feature their information right here. They've got sponsorship opportunities as part of it as well. So again, if you guys know vendors that are not listed and you're like, I love them, they'd be great, tell us about them. We would love to get connected with them and to share the opportunities here with them as well. But we do have a ton of great people that you guys can get connected with. All righty, I'm closing out of that. But again, that's a really great way to find the vendor information. There's also Think Like a CEO podcast, Keller Inc., another great resources just to kind of get your mindset right, whether that's buying books or listening to a great podcast. But the next thing I do like to share is the Outfront magazine there at the bottom. Again, off the premise that if you guys are planning to do a lot of social media marketing, and you're wondering, how can I keep an active profile? It's just a rainy Friday. I'm not really sure what to post because I don't have anything under contract. Outfront magazine monthly will create publishments that include an entire calendar overview of a post a day. Like, what could you be sharing about? So if you're realizing, again, I don't have anything under contract, it's raining, I don't know what I can talk about, Outfront magazine's got you covered. You just reference their calendar and it will literally give you an idea of what you could share today. So it's just an easy way for you guys, again, no thinking involved, but you can keep an active social media presence to keep everything in front of your clients and your sphere. So I recommend use that as often as you think it'd be beneficial to you. We also have the Facebook icon up here. If you were to click on it, it will take you straight to the KW Valentine Facebook page just for the agents and the leadership team. So if you're looking for that link, it's as simple as just clicking on that Facebook icon. The last thing I'm going to show you on the KWB resources webpage is the I Need Tech Help option. You click on that, you can schedule 30 minutes of time with Jules and Leah, our in-house tech coordinators. It allows you to schedule time directly on their calendar. You can specify whether or not you'd like to meet in person or through Zoom. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Sorry, guys. But you'll be able to see the calendar here in a minute, but it will allow you to specify in person or Zoom. You can share what you'd like to meet about, so they have time to prepare ahead of time. So you know that it's going to be a really quick and easy meeting to go through. I'm not sure why it's not coming up. Sorry, everybody. But essentially, it's a quick little calendar here. There's blue circles over all of the days that they've got availability. You'll be able to click on the blue circle and then it'll drop down any time slots that they've got available. So quick and easy to schedule time with them as long as the web page is loading. So that is all of the stuff I was going to share with you on KWB resources. There's one other thing I will share with you through mykw.kwb.com. But before we go to that, because that's very quick, does anyone have any questions that I can answer right now. Yes.
What's the name of this book?
KWBresources.com. Sorry, that doesn't necessarily make it any bigger, but at least it makes it blue. All righty. Any other questions that are jumping out? Anybody online got anything? You're welcome to kind of shout it out through the Zoom here. Okay. I'm going to take that as a no for right now. If I'm wrong, just shout out and I will go back. But the next little thing is mykw.kw.com. So using the login information that each of you have created for yourselves for command, you're able to go in, and I'll show you guys real quick by logging in for myself. This is how you guys can create an email blast. And the reason I'm sharing this with you during orientation, excuse me, that's not gonna, the reason I share this with you now is because I realized recently it was brought to my attention that nobody really shares this information up front. So I'm going to do it with you now. So when you log into mykw.kw.com, using your login credentials that, again, you created for yourself or Scott Leroy shared with you, you guys can access the Market Center intranet, which is either accessible to you through this center portion here or down here at the bottom through quick links. But when you go into the intranet, you guys will be able to create an email blast. So it's going to be a quick post that you guys throw together, but it goes to every single agent's email as well as the leadership team. So it's a quick and easy way for you to communicate with everybody at once, because as great as Facebook is, if somebody's not on Facebook at that time of day, maybe your post will get kind of dropped down just by how Facebook operates. So if you want to make sure that something gets in front of everybody, this is a great way to do it. So you guys would go under the add a post option here, and you guys can even see that we've got a quick little library of all the posts going on. And obviously I'm on there a lot posting about the trainings that we've got coming up. So that's a quick way to see that information too. But you'll hit add a post. And then this actually will be grayed out for you guys because that's just something for me as leadership. But you would click the associate post option. It'll even allow you to kind of distinguish more of a category of, is this an announcement? Is it I have a want for something, or I need something, or is it about an open house? But you guys can click on any of the above. You'll create a quick title for it. I believe there's a character max for this, but obviously it's pretty significant. You guys can share a link conveniently as well. If you wanted to share a link to your listing, you guys can also upload files and documents here, or JPEGs if you want to share pictures of your open house flyer. And then you guys can also create a quick post blurb right there of 190 characters. That is a required portion of this as well in order to publish. But if you guys are realizing that what you want to share is much longer than 190 characters, you can click the add a full message option right there. And you guys can specify in more detail what you're referring to, because there's no character max here. And then all you have to do at the very end here is you would click this publish post option. Once you've got everything the way you'd like it to be, hit publish post, and it won't be like immediate because there's a lot that obviously goes out. But after hitting the publish post, you will see that it will slowly trickle into everybody's inboxes over the next several minutes. So again, as a leadership member, I get those emails as well. So I'm aware of what you guys have going on, but it's as simple as just typing up a quick post and then hitting the publish option. And again, over the next several minutes, every agent in our distribution list of 500 people will be getting that email from you. And so that is pretty much all I wanted to share. I just wanted to show you guys that that's another way to get in front of everybody and communicate. Hey, I want to, is anyone hosting an open house? Can I shadow? Or maybe anybody got an open house that needs somebody to host it? Great way for you guys to share that information with our agents, especially just because I think COVID made things weird and not everyone's comfortable coming into the office, but also we've got a lot of people. So it's probably for the best we're not always in the office together. But that's a great way to communicate with everybody all at once. So with that being shared, is there anything else that might have jumped out at you? Okay, guys, I feel pretty good then. So obviously, regardless, that is a lot of information that I just gave to everybody. So as you guys go through KWB resources in your spare time, if you realize, hey, I actually have a question, I can't remember where that parking pass link was, anything like that, just email me because I'm happy to get you all that information and share where you can find it. But without further ado, you guys are good. Actually, hold on. One last thing. Sorry, totally forgot. Sarah and Kyrie, I think you guys are my only two online right now. So if you guys, the next time you guys are in the office, you will have this opportunity. But what I was going to say is anybody who is looking to access the building 24/7 that does not already have a key fob, this is your opportunity to come grab one from me because the building, it's just the double doors downstairs. Everything after that is accessible to you, but the double doors downstairs will lock. I believe it's like 7 p.m. to like 6 a.m. They are locked. So you guys will need a key fob if you ever plan to come in during those hours. It's also locked on the weekends as well. So anybody who would like a key fob that does not already have one, just let me know because I will give those to you now. Just raise them a little high. Okay, so pretty much everybody. Okay, I can do that. That's okay. All righty.
We can come outside of.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have, as long as you've got the key fob, you're welcome to be in this office. If you want to be here on Christmas, I'm not going to say you can't. So like, that's entirely up to you guys. But yes, with this key fob, you'll have access to being in here because like I said, it's just the double doors downstairs. So you can use the computers, you can just sit and hang out. You can use the conference rooms, anything you need.
Hey Liz, I had a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting the Showtime emails to my personal email. Is there a
Okay.
way to change that to my?
To your KW one?
Yep.
So I would reach out to Scott Leroy Marketing
Okay.
because if that's something that they can connect for you, they will. And if not, I think I'm not sure if showing time needs to be done through like Canopy for any reason. But I would reach out to Scott Leroy first at support at Scott Leroy Marketing because they'll be able to get you access to and they'll be able to switch any of that over if that needs to.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. All righty. All right. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So let me. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, if you guys can. Yes, this is for Ignite graduation. All right.
I still need that for Ignite.
So if you're doing the after dark, you're more than welcome to if you would like to grab one. But it'll be a little bit different for you because obviously you'll be self-initialing just about everything with the exceptions of that bottom bit there.
Okay.
All righty, sir. It's 5/19/23. All righty, and then Dean, I'll give you this key fob. Actually, that one's got a lot of numbers on it, so I'm going to give you this one. I was going to say, I was like, I don't even know what number to write down for that one. Alrighty, you're welcome. And Desiree, I can sign that for you too. You're welcome. And this way, you know, if you want to go through and get all the rest of it signed up, I signed for team meeting, so sorry. So now you got a signature there too. I was going to say, I was like, it's a great day. Alrighty, 772-043. There you go, ma'am. You're welcome. And you've already got your key fob, right? I was going to say, I was like, we already did this. It's okay.
Activity. I have my first contact. I did email Michelle
Okay.
just now.
Okay.
Showing
The contact information. So I would actually go talk to Lynn because Lynn is the one. Actually, you guys are free to go. So I don't want you guys to feel obligated to stay on anymore. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Any questions that you have, just let me know. Bye. I don't know how to get out of here. Bye, everybody.